Hello everyone, welcome to the Modern Networking Practical Series. In today's session, we'll study about the practical secure the management plane. And this is the topology we'll be using. We're using two PCs and we'll connect them in this way. We have PC0, PC1, a switch, a router and a server. So what we are going to do in this particular case, before doing that, let us see the IP addresses which we'll be assigning to the host and the router interfaces. So PC0 will have the IP address 192.168.1.2, PC1 is 192.168.1.3, and the router is having two interfaces, gigabit 00 and gigabit 01, and these are the respective IP addresses. And then we have the server with the IP address 192.168.2.2. So what task we will be performing in this case? There are many, of course, we can do many things, but what we are going to do in this particular practical is the first task is that ping from PC0 to server will be successful, and the ping from PC1 to server will fail. So we will actually configure the system this particular in such a way, this particular network in such a way that the ping from PC0 to server will be successful and PC1 to server will be unsuccessful. Then the next task will be that PC0 can easily access this FTP service from the server, okay, while PC1 it cannot access, so it is blocked. This FTP service is blocked for the PC1 to the server. Then SSH, the secure shell login, we can do from PC0 to router, okay, but from PC1 to router the SSH is not available. Then finally all the other services apart from FTP, they all are blocked for PC0 as well as PC1. So these are the tasks we are going to perform using this secure management plane. Okay, so now we'll perform this particular using Cisco packet tracer. We can even perform on GNS3. Okay, so let us perform this. So now we are into the Cisco packet tracer software. So first of all, let us construct the topology. So we take two PCs. So here we have PC0 and this is PC1. Then we need a switch. So this switch, we take this, the first one, this is the switch. Next we take the router. So we take this 1941, this is the router, and then the server. So this is the server. Now let us configure the IP. First let us connect the interfaces. So we connect this PC0 fast Ethernet. We can connect any of the fast Ethernet here, and fast Ethernet of this with, sorry, this I have taken the wrong wire, sorry. So we'll take this one, sorry, fast Ethernet 00 with this any. Then now here we must take care for router 0. We have to connect this according to our topology. I am connecting this gigabit Ethernet 00, okay, and then this with gigabit 01 with the fast Ethernet. So the connection is done. Now let us configure the IP addresses. So for PC0, desktop IP configuration. So this IP address is 192.168.1.2, and this is 192.168.1.1. okay. Just copy this. So this is done. Now we come to PC1 desktop. This is actually 1.3, and this is the default gateway. Now we come to the router. So here router, we click on config and we go to gigabit 00. We turn this on. Okay, as you can see, this becomes green, and the IP address of this interface is 192.168.1.1, also the gateway of this two. Then we go to the 01 interface, turn it on, okay, and this IP address is 192.168.2.1, and then we click on server and click on desktop, and this IP address is 2.2, and the subnet mask is the default subnet mask, and this is of course 2.1. So now we have configured the IP addresses. This is the very first step. We create the topology and we configure the IP addresses. Now we go to the next step. So now we access the router, enable and then configure terminal to enter this global configuration mode. Next we need to change the host name to R1. Then we have to define the domain name. So I am selecting domain name is ismileacademy.com. You can select any other one. And then we define the crypto key RSA. So I am selecting 2048, and this enables the SSH. These are the things we need to do for enabling the SSH. Then next is IP SSH version 2. As you can see, it is enabled. Then IP SSH timeout, we give 60. Then retries IP SSH authentication retries, we are defining 2. Then we define the username. I am defining the username as smile, and the privilege is 15, highest one, and the secret my password. The secret is password. So my password is Ismail HP. You can use any other one as you want, but you must remember this. It will be used for logging in. Next we apply this to the virtual terminal, line VTY command 0 space 4 logging local, and exit. Next we need to create the access list. So first we need to enable, actually, because that command is actually in that global configuration mode. So if you are in this mode, no need to do that. Now access list, we define the 10 permanent 192.168.1.2. we need to permit this particular host. So it will only permit this 1.2. It will not permit the I1.3, and we also add this deny any other host. We apply this to the virtual terminal, line VTY 04, and then access, we have to apply this here. So access class 10 in, we exit from here then, and then access the interface gigabit 0/0, sorry, 0/0, and also apply at this particular interface of the router gigabit 00 IP access group 10 in, and now we exit. Now in this case, what we do is we disable the unused ports. So IP access list, we create an extended IP list name as smile. You can create any other name. You get this prompt. Then we permit the ICMP for the host 192.168.1.2 on the host 192.168.2.2. ICMP is for ping message. Now we also permit the TCP, that is the, we want to permit the FTP. So permit TCP host 198.168, the same host we want to permit, and the service is running on 192.168.2.2. and also we need to mention the port number. So EQ, that is 21 is for control, and this 20 actually is for 20, sorry, it should for data. Now deny IP any host 192.168.2.2. you want to deny this to any other host, and we exit. Now we apply this on interface gigabit 01. We already use 00, so we need to apply this at gigabit 01. So we apply this access group smile out and exit. Now the next part is we configure the banner message. So banner MOTD and space B. So now we want to enter the text message, and then after we want to exit, we just type B and enter. So we have a banner message, a warning message we can have, like unauthorized access, anything like warn any unauthorized user. So unauthorized access is not allowed. Star, and then we terminate with B, space B and enter. We can also have banner message for login. So again we enter the text message. Again we enter the same message if you want. Here we have a different message, only authorized users login. Terminate with B and enter. So these are the two messages. So now we ping from PC0. So click on command prompt and ping the IP address of server 192.168.2.2. So this is successful, as we can see. This is successful. Only one packet is lost, so 80% success is there. Okay. Now let us do the same thing from PC1. I am pinging from, opening the command prompt of PC1 and then pinging. So PC0 was successful. Now let us check from PC1. So this should actually fail. As you can see, destination host is not reachable. So according to what we have configured, the ping from PC0 is successful and PC1 is unsuccessful. Now we have to check the next part, that is let us check the FTP. So I just click on PC0 and the command prompt, and here I type FTP and the IP address of the server 192.168.2.2. So it is asking for the username. By default the username in FTP service is Cisco, so CISCO Cisco. The password is also Cisco. So yes, we get the entry into the FTP. Okay, as you can see. Now let us try from PC1. So in PC1 we do the same thing, FTP 192.168.2.2. So this would be of course a failure according to our configuration. As you can see, disconnecting from FTP server. Now let us go to the next part. Now we check the SSH from PC0. We go to the command prompt, so we just quit from here. Now to check SSH, we have SSH-L. Then I have created the username as smile and the IP address of the server, the G00 server, gigabit Ethernet interface. So it is asking for password. So my password is Ismail HP. So yes, I got the access. You can see the banner is there, and here we get this R1 hash. So we are into the router from PC. So this is how we get the remote access from PC0. Now let us check from PC1 the same thing. We go to command prompt, and here again SSH -L, then smile, then the IP address of the interface of the router G00. So connection timed out, so remote host is not responding, so this is failure. This is what we have configured. Now let us check the last part, that is all the other services must fail. So we just click on PC0 and we click on the web browser, and here we try to access the web browser of this the IP address of the server .2.2. So maybe some web pages are there on the server, we want to access that. So I just type it and go. So it is request timeout. So that is what we have configured. So it is fail. So this service is failing, HTTP is failing. Now let us try from PC1 also. We get the same thing, web browser and the IP address of the server. So of course this is also fail. So it is request sound. So that is what we have done. So we have done 4 things. The ping, which was successful from one of the PC, and other was unsuccessful, the FTP, the SSH, in the final this HTTP. So that's all for this particular session. Thanks for watching.